Welcome to A Meaningful Marketplace.
I'm Sarah Masoni from Oregon State University's Food Innovation Center, where I've helped countless dreamers launch their new food products. It's the science of taking a food delight from the kitchen to mass manufacturing and still keeping its great taste. That's what I do. I've been called the woman with the $1 million palate, although I haven't tried to cash that check yet. Listen in weekly for real-life stories.
I'm Sarah Marshall, owner of Marshall's Hot Sauce and author of Preservation Pantry, modern canning from root to top and stem to core. I love inspiring business owners to get started on their journeys, encouraging folks to be part of their local community, and I'm excited to help business owners tell their stories. Join us as we explore the journeys of women entrepreneurs in the food and beverage industry. Hello and welcome to Masoni and Marshall, the Meaningful Marketplace. We are here weekly to discuss the journeys of food entrepreneurs. We are glad you've joined us today as we bring you stories of hope and inspiration. This is Sarah Marshall, owner of Marshall's Hot Sauce.
And Sarah Masoni of Oregon State University's Food Innovation Center. Hi, Sarah Marshall.
Hi, Sarah Masoni. How are you this week?
Good. I miss you. I heard you're in California.
Yes, I am off adventuring, and you know how I love that because I like to find new products and new people. I'm in San Diego, which is one of my favorite places to come visit, and
it's so fun there.
It's so fun. We're in this time that they call June gloom, so they think the weather is bad, and I think it's beautiful and lovely.
Yeah.
We're just
stroll by the water.
Yeah, it's not raining on us, which it is in Portland. We just came from like torrential downpours off the plane into sunshine. So it's really great.
It's raining here. Plus, you can get in and out hamburgers. Do you eat there when you're there?
He's like, no. When I come to San Diego, I am here for the avocados. I eat as many avocados as I can get. It's so fun to go to the farmer's market because, you know, I'm coming from the Portland farmer's market where there's leeks and kale right now.
Yeah.
Maybe a few strawberries, but they sell out by like 8 a.m.
Yeah.
And then I come here and it's all berries. There's oranges, there's avocados.
Cherries.
It's like, it's the most wild thing, you know, from growing up in Oregon where we don't ever have those things.
Do they have whole roasted chickens too there?
They do.
I saw those in San Francisco.
Yeah, they do. Their farmers markets here are really wonderful, and they have all these great food
vendors.
They have
musicians?
They have musicians.
Yeah,
have,
it's like a thing.
Lots of poke bowls, which is like my other favorite thing to get here with their fresh avocados. So it's really wonderful. And I found a new kombucha I wanted to tell people about because it's really good.
What is it?
They get local organic fruit from the farmers market, and it's called Boochcraft. And so it's a kombucha, but it's a hard kombucha. So I think just has a little bit of alcohol content in it, but it's really good because they're using all fruits from the market. So it's really cool.
Ooh,
so you guys can look them up. Boochcraft, we'll tag them in our posts too. So yeah, so I'm just having a great time exploring San Diego.
Good for you.
Well, we have been partnering with the Regional Food Business Center to bring you guests from our 5-state region. We're currently meeting with business owners from the great state of Colorado, and we would like to welcome our co-host, Mike Gabel from Colorado's State University's Food Innovation Center. Thanks for being our Colorado expert, Mike.
Thank you so much, Sarah. It is good to be back with you. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Well, we record on Mondays, don't we?
Yeah.
Sarah, I have to tell you, too, it's actually 6-state region.
Why do I keep saying 5?
I don't know, but it's 6.
Officially updated. From now on, I will say 6.
Well, I think we don't always think about the state we're in. We just think about the other states that are joining us because we have such a robust thing going on here in Oregon, but it is 6 states.
That's exactly what I did. I went in and counted all the states, not including us. Well, Mike, do you have any Colorado news for us?
No news for now. I was trying to think of anything else that's we just got this nice heat wave and that's about it. So it's just hot in Colorado. I'm going to cool off the next couple of days, but so it's been a good summer so far.
Perfect. Well, we want you to connect with your state by signing up for the Regional Food Business Center newsletter. You can do that at Northwest Rocky Mountain Regional Food Business Center.com. And we want to thank our sponsor for supporting Masoni and Marshall. Thank you for helping us spread the word about entrepreneurs. Let's hear a word from our sponsor. The Northwest and Rocky Mountain Regional Food Business Center is the proud sponsor of the Meaningful Marketplace podcast. giving a voice to food from across the 6-state region of Colorado, Idaho, Montana, Oregon, Washington, and Wyoming. The Food Business Center supports Northwest and Rocky Mountain food industry makers as part of the USDA's National Network of Food Business Centers, supporting a more resilient, diverse, and competitive food system as a go-to source for small and mid-tier food and farm businesses with a focus on underserved communities, providing education in the form of technical knowledge, business programs, and industry news. We sponsor trade shows, meetups, and conferences to connect growers, producers, retailers, distributors, and processors, all to stimulate business and raise the standards of our storied food industry. Join us as we travel through the 6-state region, learning more about food makers, food hubs, and food systems. Visit the website at Northwest Rocky Mountain Regional Food Businesses.com to get connected. And I have the pleasure of introducing our guest today. We are joined with McKay Anderson of Field Strips. Field Strips is a kid-owned business making healthy snacks for all adventures. We're so glad that you could join us today for the show, McKay. Hi, welcome. We want
Thanks.
to be able to connect people to your company, Field Strips. So, do you have a website and an Instagram that people can find online?
The website is eatfieldstrips.com, and the Instagram is either at fieldstrips or at fieldstrips20. It's in the email that my mom sent you.
Yeah, it's
But
at fieldstrips20. You're totally right. You have all the
okay,
information
I don't know which
correct.
one's Facebook and which one's Instagram. So
Well, you got it. And we'll link people into it later. I think it's so great that you are a kid business that has those kinds of things in place already. So good job with that. We really want people to know what it is that you make. Can you describe what Field Strips are?
so field strips are fruit leather with spinach and coconut oil in them. And then I also have a product called Banana Bark, which is bananas, almonds, and coconut. And that tastes kind of like a crunchy banana bread. So
Ooh.
it's crispy as opposed to the fruit strips.
Sounds
Very
yummy.
cool. Well, when we tell people's stories, we really like to start at the beginning of when they started their businesses. So most of our guests are adults who have started
That's
their
right.
businesses after leaving a job. But for you, this is like the beginning of your food journey. So tell us how you started and when you started.
So when I was little, I had a lot of food allergies, and so my mom would make fruit strips for me. And then during COVID, when I was about 9, I was bored, so I started a business.
That's so cool. I love that. I have a 10-year-old daughter, and we did a similar thing during the pandemic because she was home from school. And, I have a food business, a hot sauce food business. And her business is different than yours because instead of a dehydrator, we have a freeze dryer. So we did freeze-dried berries from the farmer's market that she could come to market and sell with me during the pandemic. So that could be something that she was doing and learning during that time. So very similar stories we have.
How exciting.
Yeah, so cool. So can you tell us a little bit about, you don't have to give us any secrets away, but how do your field strips get made?
So I most often use frozen fruit. So I cook down the fruit, I blend it in the blender, and then I dehydrate it.
Well, that sounds easy enough. Do you feel like that's really hard work?
Well, it's not very hard, but the pots are heavy, so.
Well, the pots are heavy. You have to be strong.
That part.
It's nice.
And Mike, how did you meet McKay?
I met McKay. Actually, I heard wonderful things about McKay for a long time. And so they said, you have to meet this kid entrepreneur. McKay is doing some fantastic work. And so we actually invited her out last year to Colorado State University's Colorado Food Showcase. So just a space where we had a space for McKay and 18 other, I guess, entrepreneurs or makers to show off their products and sample and sell them. Kind of a small farmers market. And everyone was just super excited to meet McKay. And I met with him before that. right, McKay? I think we met with you and your mom.
Yeah.
You guys were looking to expand and to kind of scale your business. I think everything's done in a commercial kitchen right now, but they were looking to either invest. Remind me, McKay, you wanted to invest in maybe some bigger equipment, just because I think that's your bottleneck is the dehydrators, correct?
Yeah, so everything is done in my home kitchen.
That's
And
right.
so, yeah, it's tight. So we are
So yeah,
trying.
you guys were looking to, maybe go to a commercial kitchen and see if you could have some of your equipment, buy some bigger dehydrators, see if you wanted to scale that up. Have you
Yep.
guys made any more decisions on that, McKay?
No, we found out that most commercial food dehydration has been moved to Mexico.
Okay. So other people have taken their operations to Mexico. But with that, are you still kind of looking to scale up your operations? I know right now you guys are kind of maxing out on what you have.
Yeah, I'm still trying, but there are a lot of laws surrounding kids in commercial food places, and yeah, and the finding dehydrators too.
That's right, because you yourself couldn't go into some of these commercial kitchens, right? Because they had regulations under 18 weren't allowed. Is that
Sounds
right?
right. Yep.
Yeah, that's what we had to do when my daughter was doing the business was that I actually had to do all the food production here in Oregon. She couldn't handle the food because she couldn't get a food handler's card or be in our commercial kitchen space.
Mhm.
So the part that she did was label bags and packages and come up with the design and those kinds of things. But we have a little bit different laws in Oregon than you have there. So it's great that you can still manufacture and produce stuff on your own. My daughter did have a food question for you, which was, what is your favorite way to spend the money that you earn?
So I put half of the money into save. And then last season, at the end of the farmer's market season, I split the cost of a new mountain bike with my parents.
Nice.
Ooh, that's groovy.
And
What
then
color did you get?
it's dark teal with pink accents.
Ooh, good
Nice.
combo. I like that.
Then after the
Matching
last
helmet?
farmer's market, I bought a bunch of Taylor Swift merch. So,
Ooh. Do you wear
Very-
that when you ride your bike? I would.
well,
it
it's
too
not here
special?
yet. So,
Oh, you're waiting.
It's on its
Oh,
way.
okay.
My daughter's favorite thing to buy is squishies. Yeah.
That's cool. So she have a shelf of squishies. then?
She has little bins. They're separated between like squishies and slime and, fidgets, those kinds of things.
I have a question for you, McKay. If you could sell outside of Colorado, where would you like to see your strips for sale?
like what state or like what
Yeah.
grocery store?
Maybe
What state?
both. Yeah.
Both.
State and grocery store. Have you thought about it?
I have not thought about that, but
Do you have a favorite
Probably-
grocery store that you would like to see your product in?
I
Sprouts? Do you go to Sprouts or anything like that? I don't know the grocery
Um,
stores in Colorado, so I can't give you any ideas. I need to rely on you.
my school is right next to Whole Foods.
Oh, that would
that's
be
a
a
great
great
one.
place.
Yeah.
That would be a great place.
That would be a really nice one for sure. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, Sarah has a question for you.
Oregon State University's College of Agricultural Sciences and the Food Innovation Center are proud sponsors of Meaningful Marketplace. With a mission to serve all Oregonians, we are committed to giving voice to those whose food and agricultural stories are not always heard. By providing access and opportunity for a more diverse and just food system, because food brings people together. All right. So if I were a kid and I was making such a healthy snack, I would love to have it in my school lunch program. Have you talked to your school to see if you could have your snacks in the school lunch program yet?
So I go to a very small school. It's 6th through 12th grade school.
Okay.
And there's a total of about 175 kids.
Yeah.
And so as of last school year, we did not have a meal service.
Okay.
And so this coming school year, I think we're getting one, so it will be the very first year.
Cool.
And so I will try, but
Did you bring them
yeah.
samples? Did you bring samples to the lunch ladies? That's usually how you win the lunch ladies. You give them samples.
For holiday gifts from my teachers, I give them food strips.
Oh, that's so nice. I bet they love that for sure.
So, McKay, you had to learn a lot of different skills, and I know you had your mom helping you out. And so you had to kind of design your package, you had to source packaging, you had to look at different dehydrators, you have to get ingredients and kind of like work through production. So what was your favorite thing that you liked doing and you'd like to do, keep doing? And what was your least favorite thing that you don't like to do and you wish you could have somebody else do?
So I really like selling them. I usually have a friend come to the farmer's market and help me sell them. But then I also like product development. So like finding new flavors. The actual making of the fruit strips, after some time, it gets kind of repetitive. So I would probably try to outsource the production, but that's mostly in Mexico.
Same. I understand that exactly. I love to talk to people and I love to come up with new things, but sometimes making hot sauce every day, I'm like, again.
How many different farmers markets are you in, McKay?
Just the one, and I'm not even there every weekend.
Okay.
I saw you have a schedule on your website.
Yeah, where is your farmer's market that you do?
It's in Fort Collins, Colorado.
Very cool. Do you have any favorite market vendor friends, like other booths that are at the market?
There's a pie place, and I was gluten-free for a very long time. And at the end of farmers markets, this woman would come to me and she would be like, "Here's an entire gluten-free pie that I didn't sell."
Ooh,
lucky.
That's a gluten-free dream right there.
Sarah Masoni is
gluten-free
gluten-free as well. Yeah. So she understands.
I understand. So can you tell us where you get your fruit from, McKay?
Costco. But
Costco.
So I get most of the fruit from Costco, but during Palisade peach season, I get peaches from the Western Slope.
Nice.
And then once I made apple, I get apples from the Western Slope too sometimes. And once I made apple fruit strips from the apple trees in my backyard.
Did you ever make cantaloupe or watermelon fruit strips from melons?
I have not tried that.
Oh, it's so sweet. It's so good. You should try it.
That sounds really fun. We heard about those famous Palisade peaches when we first met Mike, and now I think about them all the time. I want to try one someday.
Me too. So what is your best-selling flavor, McKay?
So it's either tropical or banana bark. Tropical is the most popular among the kids because it's the sweetest, and adults like banana bark the best. But kids like banana bark too.
So you told us a few minutes ago that you really like doing product development. Have you thought about if you go to college, would you ever think about being a food scientist? Do you know what that is?
I do know what that is, and I have no idea what I want to do.
You're leaving it up in the air. You don't want to be pinned down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get
when
that.
When they asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up for my 5th grade yearbook, I said a good person.
Oh, I love that.
That's nice.
That is the best
good
answer.
And I still do.
I've had your banana bark. You gave me a bag of it, and you said to share it with my team. And I'll give an on-air confession that I did not share it with my team at all. It was delicious, and I ate the whole bag.
You ate the whole bag?
It wasn't a very big bag, Sarah.
I wanted to ask: Can you mail stuff to people, McKay? If we ordered product online from you, would you mail it to us?
I can only ship within the state of Colorado due to cottage food laws.
There's a
Oh.
workaround. I can buy
I
something.
thought if it was direct to
Yeah.
consumer.
Yeah, Mike,
That's how it is in Oregon.
can you buy
Yeah.
stuff from McKay and bring it to us when we see you at the fancy food show?
Oh,
That might
what a
work.
good
Yes, we got a week.
idea.
That's a fantastic idea. I bet I can do that.
I think we're going to make that happen, McKay, because Sarah and I really want to try your stuff, but we're in Oregon, so we couldn't order it online, but I think we'll figure it out.
Okay.
We don't want to break any rules. We want to follow all the rules, but we'll figure out a way to work with the rules.
So when we were chatting before the show, you mentioned that you ate cucumbers for lunch.
I did.
Have you
Cucumbers
thought
and
about
ranch.
putting any cucumbers into any of the field strips?
I have not. I don't know if that would be the sweet that
Maybe you
we're
have to put it
going
with
for.
apples or something like cucumber apple
Mhm.
or cucumber pear or something like that. It would taste like
Yeah.
a salad.
Well, there's spinach in all of them except for banana bark.
There's
Oh,
spinach?
nice.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
McKay, do you know that Sarah Masoni is giving you all these different ideas because her job is to do product development for lots and lots of companies. So that's kind of
Mhm.
her specialty. So if she gives you ideas, maybe just keep them in your mind and maybe see if you want to try them later because that's what she does as a job.
yeah.
She's really good at it too. They call her the woman with the $1 million palate.
They do. Hey, so tell us the kind of dehydrator you're using. Are you using something that other people could find? I saw an advertisement on your web page, so I didn't know if that was a special dehydrator that you like.
I have 3 commercial sized dehydrators that we did purchase from US Dehydrators or Dehydrators America or something. I can't
Yeah.
remember exactly what the
I think it was
company's called, but it does
Dehydrators
say on the
America.
website. So
Mm-hmm. And
That's cool.
do you like those dehydrators?
yeah, I do.
Cool.
But they trip the breaker sometimes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. We had to put a separate breaker box to run our freeze dryers because we had the same problem.
Yeah.
I know what we should ask McKay about. Can you tell us how you give 5% of all your profits to feed hungry kids?
Yeah, so each farmer's market I give 5% of my profit after my market taxes and state taxes. I give 5% of my profit to Colorado Feeding Kids, which is an organization that works to provide kids without meals in Colorado with meals.
That's really nice.
I love that, McKay. When Sarah and I started this show, it's called The Meaningful Marketplace, and we really wanted to focus on people that were doing good for the community and we're giving back and we're focused on putting good food out there in the world. And you are the perfect example of that because you make food and you bring it to the farmers market and you're connected to people and you give back to your community. You're helping kids that are hungry. I can't think of a better setup business than yours. And you're a kid. So I'm really proud of you. That's so cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, have you had an opportunity to meet with other kid entrepreneurs like yourself?
So no. I a few years ago I did a program called Spark with the Colorado College of Business, and it's like a 1-day camp, and it's teaching kids how to start their own business. At that point, I already had my business, but I did it, and then last year I helped with the program, and then just this past Friday I was a judge for the Venture Validate for a different business camp through the College of Business, CSU.
That's cool.
What kind of
What-
products did you judge in that camp?
It wasn't specifically food related. It was just like kids came up with a business idea and then they made like a slideshow presentation about it. So there was like 3 motivation apps, like motivation to do chores and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Apps.
Very cool. What a fun camp.
Yeah.
So, changing the subject now, it seems like you like things that start with the letter S. Can you tell us what they are?
I like science. I have a dog named Luna, and she is a giant Schnauzer standard poodle, so she's a schnoodle.
Mhm. And there's an athletic thing that you do in the snow, I noticed.
Oh yeah, I ski. I read that when I was 9, so I don't have it memorized anymore.
But do you still ski and everything?
It's been slightly updated. It's been slightly updated.
Okay. Do you have any new S's that you want to tell us about?
I don't think
Field
so.
strips. Strips down starts with an S. Field strips. How did you come up with the name? That's what I wanted to find out. Everybody has a reason for the name of their company.
So, it was like, I can't remember when it was, but we were brainstorming company names with my friends when they were over, and my friend's dad came up with it. But I really like it because I go to a school where we go out into the community a lot. We're right on the bus line, so we take the bus, and so we go on a lot of field trips.
Oh, I was wondering if it was a play on words. So do you bring the strips with you when you go on field trips?
Sometimes, but sometimes I don't have them with me because we show up at school and they're like, "Oh, by the way, we're going to the park today."
You need advance notice to have your field strips ready.
I know.
Well, one thing we always tell food entrepreneurs is they should always have their food with them.
Yeah,
So you should have a pocket in your backpack that always has a stash of field strips because you never know who you're going to meet that you could sell them to.
Yeah, that's how I am, McKay. Everywhere I go, I carry around little tiny bottles of my hot sauce because I never know who I'm going to meet and give them to. And so when I have little ones so that when I travel on a plane, I can take them on the plane with me. And I give them to our waitresses. I give them to the people working at the hotel. I give them to people that I meet. And I just love to give people things. So it makes me really happy when I do it. But also, it kind of promotes my business at the same time. So you could make maybe little tiny mini ones so people could just have one bite, but have them in your backpack so you could have them taste it.
And actually, when I go places with Sarah Marshall, she has me carry them in my bag.
I do.
No, I don't have a bag, Sarah. Can you carry my samples for me? Then we'll be at dinner and I'll be like, don't forget to give the sauce out to the chef.
Then people get excited every time.
Yeah, it works.
Well, McKay, we always like to ask people what flavor of their product tells their story best.
I'm not sure. My favorite flavors are cherry vanilla and banana bark.
Perfect. I think that that's a great answer. If those are the ones you like the best, then that is part of your story.
So you put coconut oil in the strips. Can you tell us how you decided to put that in? What does it do? Does it make it less sticky?
It probably does. But like I said, I had a lot of dietary restrictions when I was little.
Okay.
And Mom put coconut oil in as a way to get more food
calories.
into me.
More calories.
And fat and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And how is all your food allergy stuff these days? Are you feeling good?
So at the end of the year last year, I finished microdosing wheat. So I can now eat whatever I want.
Oh, I love that.
All that stuck around was wheat, and I finally got rid of it.
That's so great. You
So
can
tell me what that is. How did you do that? Maybe I want to try that. Is it hard to do that?
No, it's not hard. It's harder with like nut and egg and allergies like that. It's like I would go to the doctor's office each week, and I would have it started off with wheat diluted in water, and then I got to a point where I was eating 2 pieces of Nutella toast every day.
Whoa.
Oh, you built up a tolerance.
Yeah.
And your body learned how to process it, right?
Yep.
That's so cool.
It doesn't work for celiac.
Right.
You can eat pizza with your pals now.
Yep.
Well, that's great. Nice. I'm glad that you and your family and your doctor worked to figure it all out with you.
Yeah.
That's helpful. All right, it's time for the big question. If there were one person or several people that you could have that are famous to represent your product out there in the world, who would it be? Who would they be?
Probably Taylor Swift and Reese Witherspoon.
Oh.
Great
Those are,
answer.
yeah, those are some strong female leads. Is Taylor Swift your favorite music choice at this time?
Yeah,
Yeah. Did you get to see her in concert at all?
I didn't.
Oh
Oh
man,
no!
I think it was one of the
We gotta
hardest
send her.
things to get those
You-
tickets.
You can give her samples. If you don't sell them, you can just mail them to her and give them to her.
Yeah.
Maybe
because-
if we tag her in our storyline.
Yeah, well, McKay, we're going to do our best to connect you to Taylor Swift, but we don't have any inside resources, so just
No
inside connections to her. just the power of social media. We'll try.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, you never know.
And Reese Witherspoon, she's cool. She's been in some really good movies. Do you have a favorite movie that she did?
Legally Blonde.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love that movie. I like
So
the
fun.
hairdresser.
Mm-hmm. So fun.
Yeah. Everybody
I
should
did see
have-
the musical when it came to Fort Collins.
Whoa.
Yeah. Very
That's
cool.
fun.
Well, McKay, we always like to tell people where they can go get your product directly. So we have these listeners in Colorado. So what we hope is that they come see you wherever you are. So if people wanted to come buy stuff from you directly, how could they do that?
So I'm at the Larimer County Farmers Market. And then also my website is eatfieldstrips.com.
Perfect. We will send people your way. Mike, do you have any final questions for McKay?
Nope, I'm so excited that she was able to join on. It's been such a pleasure to get to know her over the last little bit. So keep going strong, McKay. You're doing an awesome job out there, and we hope to see field strips everywhere in the future.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
I can't wait to try them.
Me too. McKay, it was so fun to meet you and talk to you. And, like I said before, I just think you're doing everything right. And you set that goal to be a good person. And I think 100% you're achieving it every day. Good job.
Thank you.
We want to thank our listeners for tuning in. We love to have this show for you. We record Masoni and Marshall live every week. You can find us on your favorite podcast platforms like iTunes. Thank you to our audio engineer and our production assistant, Chelsea. If you would like to be a guest on the show, you can send us a message on our Instagram, and we will be back next week. Thanks for joining, everybody. Bye.
Bye for now.
You're listening to the Startup Radio Network. Listen, learn, launch. 10% of our gross revenue goes directly to women entrepreneurs in developing countries around the world through Kiva's microfinance program.